Our class definition of servant leadership is a calling to humbly serve others through love, sacrificing oneself for the development and the empowerment of others.
Present all your pretty feelings, may they comfort you.
My synthesized definition of servant leadership is leading with love, compassion, forgiveness, humility, and with the well-being of others in mind. Servant leadership is a model designed to truly lead as you would like to be led in a mutually beneficial way, through being, a performance coach, an ear, and somebody who motivates others through self-sacrifice. A servant leader is someone who leads by example. They put material objects and thoughts aside to come after the best of intentions for others. So the organization I decided to help was the Chattanooga Community Kitchen. It was founded back in 1982, where 7 of the downtown Chattanooga area churches basically realized that their individual efforts were not meeting the needs of the growing homeless population within Chattanooga. Now, there were, several of the churches that were already offering meals and assistance with things like clothing, but unfortunately the times, the places, and, the amounts of what was being offered was pretty loosely organized and irregular. So as a result, the churches actually came together and created the Meal a Day feeding program, which was actually housed originally in the bottom floor of one of those 7 churches. From there, just coming together as a community, the Chattanooga Community Kitchen was actually established.
If I'm gonna have to guess what's on your mind.
So the reason I actually chose the Chattanooga Community Kitchen was pretty much just due to the various ways that you could actually help within the organization. There's just so many different ways that you can help there. For instance, they have the day center, which is where volunteers can help guests with, mail, hygiene items, or assisting them in connecting with case management. There's also the welcome center, where volunteers can help with accepting those incoming donations of items. There's a clothing program, food services, the outreach program, which was actually really interesting to me. It's where the volunteers actually take the time to reach out to those who are unable to make it to the center. Really just those people that are living pretty much where they are outside, with little to no expectation of really anything other than establishing a relationship with those volunteers. There's the St. Catherine's Shelter for Women and Children, St. Matthew's Shelter for Men, there's housing and programming, and of course they also had operations as well. What I really learned from this experience as a whole was how fortunate I am. I learned that, although I have some severe time constraints between work and school and everything else going on, I still have the power to help, and I have the power to give back. The things that I have and that we have are so expendable, and I have so much that I take for granted when there are other people who quite literally go without it. I think this has impacted me in the way that I truly want to do more and to give more and to help more. So the direct impact I had through this organization was actually through the St. Catherine's Shelter for Women and Children. Working for PepsiCo, I've had a lot of experience in donation to another local women's shelter, as well as the Tennessee Food Pantry, which is also nearby. However, I came to realize that we, being Frito-Lay, have not really arranged any sort of donation for the Chattanooga Community Kitchen. So after speaking with my direct manager and electing the assistance of another salesman who I'm pretty close with, we were approved to take 100 cases of 32 count variety packs of chips, which means we were actually able to donate 300 packs of chips to the kitchen. And although my initial intention was really directed towards the shelter, the donation was large enough that we were able to extend that to the kitchen itself. So after doing that, I was in contact with the director of donations, and it was also brought to my attention that Pepsi had also never been in contact with the kitchen. And luckily for me, my wife is the delivery supervisor, which means she's in charge of donations at the Chattanooga location. And we are now in process of getting a Pepsi beverage donation on a quarterly basis. I think this experience as a whole is really, it's really been impactful. I definitely was able to illustrate, a lot of what we've learned in this class, and how to serve with love, and how to model and show humility or empower others. I feel like I have a different view on people, really, just by simply showing love and hearing the stories of others, rather than just assuming their past or their present. Just speaking to people, I was able to, truly understand how fortunate I am, by spending time with them and offering myself to them in any way that I can. I can make a difference in lives. I can empower people to be the best that they can be. I can help them in any way I know how to. I can assist them in, writing resumes or practicing for job interviews, or even, for how they can serve others around them. But at the end of the day, it just takes that first step. I really think that overall this experience has helped me realize how to improve my leadership. There are ways that I need to grow and make this a part of my habit from now on, and changes do need to be made. I think the experience has helped improve me because, although I find myself overwhelmed sometimes by the world, there are things I can do to help more every day. I can simply be there for people, control the controllables, meaning, I can speak to others to help them get involved as well. I can take the initiative to, have others around me help others. A lot of you aren't necessarily from the Chattanooga area, but if you are interested in being involved or donating in any way, you can visit www.homelesschattanooga.org. That's actually also where I have abstracted all of my information about the shelter itself. Take a look at the website. It's really informative and really an exciting way to get involved. Feels amazing. Feels like I'm in a room full of puppies getting kisses. All kidding aside though, I do feel closer to God, and I feel like I'm doing what He wants me to do. I feel like I'm serving and I'm spreading His love while doing so.